just in the field.
Okay.
I'm in a crystal cave
Uh-huh.
with all kinds of colors of stalactites and stalagmites.
Uh-huh.
It's underground somewhere.
Beautiful. Are you alone?
Yes,
Is it dark in there or do you see light?
it's dark and light at the same time.
Okay. Is the light coming from the crystals?
Yes.
All right. Beautiful. And I want you to see if you can look down at your feet and if you see your feet below.
They look like fins.
Can you describe that?
Blue green with scales. They're It's almost like a tail, but it's not really together. Separate. But the bottoms look like fish fins.
Mm, beautiful. And if you look up towards the top of your body, what do you see as you're moving up? Do you have a full torso that's a fish, or can you explain how you look as you're moving up towards your hands?
I'm I have scales, but I'm still human. Like it's green, blue, and iridescent. I blend with water. I can be in water. I can also be on land, but water is better.
Mm. Do you have legs or do you have one tail, I guess you would call it? I don't know what you would call it.
I have legs, but to swim, I put my legs together and use the feet, which are flippers.
Mm.
I'm not like what people think a mermaid or a merman. Not quite.
So
Because I,
you have two individual legs, but they look fishy, and you can put them together and it becomes like one.
yes,
Hmm. Okay, so you can bend your knees pretty good.
yes.
All right, beautiful. And what about your hands? Are your hands like what do they look like?
I have fingers, but my arms are, I have like fins attached to my arms, a long, sort of billowy skin that helps me to swim. But I can grasp with my fingers. I need my hands to grasp. I need to be able to do both, swim and pick up things and use tools because I'm in water and I'm on land.
Uh-huh. Is this cave your home?
I don't really have a home. I'm responsible for all of this land. I'm responsible to it. And so I'm at home anywhere. I don't have I don't need to have what we call home today. There are a few
So
of us.
you're like a traveler?
Yes.
You said there's a few of you?
There are a few of us.
Like your family or your species? Is that right? Did I say that right? Your species, I don't want to insult you.
It's not, we are the same, so it's the species, but we're all related and we're all connected. We're only separate in our bodies, but we're all connected. And it's our job. That's why we're here. We're here to protect.
Do you feel male or female?
I feel both.
Okay. Do you, how old do you feel?
I feel young. I feel like I've been here for about 300 years.
300 years young, huh?
Yes.
Well, I can only imagine how much older the older ones are. Who's the oldest? What is the oldest living people like you? How old do they live till?
Thousands.
Really? And what dimension are you in?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Does this feel like Earth or somewhere else?
No, it does and it doesn't. It's not Earth, not Earth the way that Earth is now.
Is it a different Earth?
Yes.
Is it like the first Earth? Or the second? I think we're in the fourth Earth. Is that true?
It's an older Earth, an organic Earth. There's no pollution.
Okay. All right, beautiful. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to imagine in front of you a spiritual mirror. And I want you to look into the spiritual mirror. You can hold it or look into it, however you decide. But I want you to look at your reflection and tell me, what do you look like? Can you describe your face, your features, any, decorations, jewelry? Just take a good look and describe everything you see. You're doing beautifully.
I have scales, human features, but scales. And my eyes are strange. They almost look like bird eyes or fish eyes. I'm definitely connected to aquatic.
What about cat eyes? Do they look like cat eyes?
Some cat eyes, different. Cat eyes are different.
Okay.
It's all kind of related, I think. There's some commonality to all animals.
Yes. Beautiful. So, is there a name that you go by?
not really, I don't know, because we communicate with each other and we're always in each other's minds. So there's no need to have names.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, we'll do something in a second. I just want to get back to your face really quick. Are you wearing, is there anything different about your features? Like maybe your teeth, are they pointy? Your nose, what does your nose look like? And your teeth?
My nose is flat. I don't really have a nose, I don't think. I have pointy teeth.
Uh-huh. Any jewelry that you're wearing? Mm-hmm.
I'm not wearing clothes. I don't need them. And I don't. Maybe there's a necklace. Maybe that is a necklace of some kind. It kind of looks like seaweed.
Mm-hmm. Is there seashells on it or something? Coral? Shark teeth?
No. No. Seaweed is what? Seaweed is beautiful. That's a decoration.
Mm, beautiful. Okay. So now that we got that out of the way, what are you doing in this place?
I'm listening to the crystals sing, and I can feel the vibration, and that's how I know that everything is fine. I can feel the crystals. This is my place that I watch out for. And all of us are connected to the crystals. And the crystals are always singing. You can always feel their song. And that's how we know that everything is fine.
Mm. So what would cause it to not be fine? Is there something that you have to keep an eye out for?
Something is coming. It's not good. Others come. They want to use the crystals. We have to protect the crystals because the crystals keep the structure of Earth and all the life here intact. But there are beings that want to use that. They're not for the good of others or the earth. They want to use it because they want to make war. And so we're worried because we know that something's coming.
Is it going to come through a person or a being, or how do you think it's going to come through? Frequency, a vibration?
Yes, using weapons of frequency. And that will destroy the harmony.
Is this
Burning,
what the military is doing with all the sound frequencies stuff?
burning electrical weapons. It's using electricity.
Mm. So every time we use electricity, it's messing up the frequency with the harmony of the earth?
Yes, because it's artificial.
I see.
It can be, electricity is here and anyway, and it can be used naturally without making it too strong and using artificial means. It's man playing God. And that's what's happening now.
Right. And they're purposely doing that because they know they could just do it organically, right? Is that right?
They don't want to wait. They don't want to use the organic methods because the organic methods can't be used to control.
Mm-hmm.
Organic methods are in respect of all life. It's not to manipulate or control.
What about solar power? Is that any good? Or is that another?
It's still using artificial means. It's temporary. There are better ways. Solar power is child's play.
What's the other way? Crystal grids with gold and copper coils.
Magnetism. Magnetism is one way. And all of the elements on the earth are here. Man can use what we have already without causing harm, without going overboard, because that's what man does.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not the original man. It's the man that has been hybridized artificially. It's not natural.
Are you talking about the people that are here that are soulless?
Yes.
Mm. Right. I know. They're sneaky, aren't they?
They don't even realize that it's the disconnection from source that makes them have the hunger that can never, ever, ever be fulfilled. Ever. It's like the black holes that they create. The black holes are outside of them, but they're also inside of them.
Yes. I know there's a lot of things going on these days with the whole AI and CERN. I heard CERN opened up another avenue to open up another portal. Is this true?
CERN is Tron technology that's very, very ancient, and that is only one of many. There are galactic technology that came from outside, far, far outside of all of the galaxies near us. They've been here, they were brought in, and they've been installed in places beneath the earth for a very long time. And they open wormholes and black holes, and they have been doing this. However, organic is stronger, and eventually we can repair all of that. But it requires people to remember where they came from and that they are responsible to do this.
Yes. I know that was one of the questions she had is she wanted to know, or she felt like people need to be held responsible for
where they came from and that they are responsible to do this.
Yes. I know that was one of the questions she had is she wanted to know, or she felt like people need to be held for the things that are happening ancient times, and now we're reliving. Are we reliving the fall of Atlantis? But are we now living the rise of Atlantis?
We are reliving what the choice point that happened in Atlantis. And many of us remember, and we learned. Many of us knew that we needed to make a different choice. And so that's why we're fighting so hard now. It's because we made the wrong choice then. A lot of people are young and they did not make that choice. They were not there. They are young. They lost the memories. But those of us now who are aware, most of us chose poorly then, and now we are here to make a different choice. And that's why we fight.
Yes. Yes. So, I wanted to ask that. Thank you for that. This is amazing. All this information. So, would you be considered a mermaid, or are you different species? I know that there's 3 types of mermaids. Is this true?
I think that I would be what people call a mermaid. But this is how I choose to be. I could merge more with the sea and lose the legs and have it be just one long tail and look like a typical mermaid. But because I go on land, it's much easier for me to be this way. And that's how most of us are. Some prefer to stay more in the ocean, and they choose to be as mermaids and mermen. But there are those of us who prefer to go back and forth.
Okay. So, when you're in with your community in the water, do all mermaid people look alike, or do some look like humans, some look like fish, some look like reptiles? Is there different types of
it's all how we choose to be. We have that choice. We have that ability. It's only now people need to wrap language around things, things that just are. And so we always had the ability to shift into whatever form we prefer, and we do. So sometimes there are some who prefer to be more solitary and always be in the water and always and be in the depths even, because that's where they feel that's their area that they need to watch out for, and so they look more like the reptiles, even kind of like dinosaur looking creatures, but they've chosen to take that form. They don't have to be. The longer that they stay that way, the harder it is to change back, and so it becomes a matter of your habits and your where you stay. And so those of us who move back and forth between land and water, it's easier just to kind of be all in one and just move back and forth without really shifting form. But some of us have taken on a more, as their more normal form, one way or the other.
So do you guys help the ones that are deep down below? Do you bring them food, or do you do anything special for them? Would you be like, is there a hierarchy? Like, do you take care of them, make sure they're always okay? Or is it each fish person for themselves?
There's no need. There's no need to do anything. Everything that we need is we're surrounded by everything that we need. And every being is sovereign. If there was a need for help, they would put out a call and we would answer, because we're all in communication with each other. And especially in the water, it's easier because, again, the crystals magnify the frequency and make the communication flow easier. It's harder when you're on land. So I think that those of us that are in the water for longer periods of time are more used to having a more easy flow of communication. You become separate as you spend more time on the land. And that's part of what has caused the evolution of people today feeling like they're so different and so set apart from each other. But the ability to be in communication with everyone is still there. It's just a matter of focusing on that and getting more used to it through the medium of the air and the atmosphere. It's much, much easier in water.
Yes. Would you say you're connected to the dolphin and whale family?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
And do you guys interbreed with each other, or do you guys stick to your own? Or do you have human babies? Do you have babies with humans as well?
I'm not old enough to even think about that yet.
How old are you there? Oh, 300? Okay, so how old are you when you start to have kids and family?
Oh, much older.
Okay.
At least 800. At least 800. And so...
All right. Well, we won't talk about the seaweed and the seeds. So let's do something fun. Let's go into the water, and I want you to take me take me on a tour to your home, or to where you would go to be with your community or something. Let's go for a little ride. Let's go for a tour. So I want you to go into the water and take me along and tell me what does it look like and where do you go, or what's the life like? Does it have like the crystal castles like we see in the movies, or is it much simpler like Shark's Tale?
There are some crystal castles. It's not a dimension that humans can see. It's outside of the three-dimensional, what matrix eyes can see. So our people are still here, but we're not exactly in the same dimension. There are crystal castles. There are beings who choose to stay and keep more to each other and not have much contact with outside. But it's not like Hollywood. There are fish, there are sharks, there are sea creatures everywhere, and everything is in harmony with each other. Strange artifacts make their way down here, and they're pieces from the land, and they're viewed as curiosities. But we, as a people, are more concerned with making sure that the environment is the way that it should be, as organic as possible. And so we tend to avoid having much to do with the outside. And there are a lot of us that feel that way. I don't know if I like to go back and forth, if it's because I'm young and foolish, but I like to have both worlds, and I like to be around both worlds. And because I like to go to the surface and be on the land, it's easier for me to be the guardian of the crystal caves that are underneath the land and closer to that. So it's most of us the younger ones, who are kind of like me, that like to be in both. So we're the ones that stay and watch and protect the crystal caves that are closer to land. I don't really feel like I belong. I don't like to be too long in the cities under the water, because it's just, they're kind of stuffy and they're stuck in their ways, and they don't want to venture around and experience everything, and I do.
Okay, tell me, the last time you were in a city, where did you go? What's the name of the city?
The city, Hathamor. Hathamor.
And what are people like there?
They like to play. They always like to play, and they're very calm and peaceful, and they take care of the fish and the animals, the creatures, and they spend more of their time just kind of caretaking the creatures. But there are not a lot who like to be in these cities. There really aren't a lot of us. Certainly not a lot compared to the humans now that are here on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And more of us tend to be spread out and to be more solitary. So we come into these cities just when we feel like it's time to celebrate and to play with each other. And then we go out and focus on our caretaking and protecting and making sure that all is well and guarding the crystals.
So is this during the time of Pangea?
Pangea.
Or
And
does it feel more like Atlantis? What does it feel like to you?
so I know more about the ocean than I do about the land because I am there more often. I think it's one just very large, endless land. And I'm sure that there are other beings there, but I don't really have too much connection with them because everything, the ocean is it's just so much more free and flowing and more comfortable.
So the people above, are there fairies and elementals, or are there also humans and giants?
There's all of that. There's everything.
Is there cyclops?
Yes, they're very wise.
Are they gentle?
Yes.
Okay. What about unicorns?
Oh yes, there's everything.
Beautiful. And do you connect with the magical creatures up above?
Not so much. I really connect with the crystals.
Mm-hmm. Are they curious about you?
Sometimes the young ones seem to be when they see me, but I spend more time in the crystal caves.
Do you ever bring crystals up to people?
No, I don't. I don't ever disturb the crystals.
Okay. Beautiful. So let's go for a swim. Are you ready to take me on a tour underwater?
Okay.
Let's go. Describe to me along what happens. Give me some details.
So we go down and it's clear, but the deeper we go, the darker it gets. And the cold is very refreshing. And the weight of the water is very, very massive. And you're aware of it, but it feels comfortable and comforting. And so I can understand why some of us choose to stay down here and to take on the form that's more of a reptile, just to stay here where it just feels so safe and enveloping. And there are less creatures the deeper that we go. So I prefer to stay where it's much higher and there are lots and lots of fun creatures that love to play and swim. Dolphins are especially delightful, and they love to travel. They love to travel, and they love to bring the frequency of their song. And so as they travel around, they are bringing healing frequencies to all the different places around the earth where they travel to. And that helps to add to the overall song. And it's the organic song, it's the music. And that's what the sea and the oceans are all about. It's the song. Everything is music. Music in the water. And that's what I'm aware of when I'm down here. More than anything, I can feel the crystals singing. I can absorb their messages, and their messages are of peace and love and harmony, and it vibrates through the water, and it vibrates through my whole entire body, and I'm one with it, and I can feel the consciousness of the others, and we're just all here together, even though we're not close to each other. And it's also that way with the dolphin and the octopus and the whales. Everyone is contributing their musical voice to the organic song and keeping the frequency so high and so beautiful. And that's what life is like here, living here. We're all one, we're all in song all the time. And that is what was so different compared to now. The song is still there, but it's harder to hear. And now I've become disconnected from it, and I'm trying to get it back. And the song is why the voice is so important, because that's the place where the song comes through. That's the portal. The organic portal is the voice. And if people can learn how to open that up, that will bring in all the frequency of song that will fill up the entire energetic body and cleanse the system and restore all of us. It's the music, it's the song, and that frequency, the artificial song, is what the electrical unbalanced things, the assault is using. It's to overpower, the same way that food has been overpowered with alterations to amplify parts of it that are artificial, and it's the amplification that causes the receptors to burn out and become numb. And that's why, that is how it is the weapon that it is. And to open up the voice allows you to hear the natural organic song and to take it in and to transmute all of that artificial. That's the key. That's what people have to learn, that the voice is the key.
Yes. So do you suggest that that she listens to dolphin music, dolphin sounds when she's meditating?
Whale song, yes.
Well, okay.
That brings the memories back online, that helps to heal the fragmented memories of the DNA. Yes.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So do you have glowfish at the bottom of the ocean to give you some luminescence for some light down there?
There are some of those, but it's not necessary for me
Mm-hmm.
because I can feel everything. And you don't need to see with your eyes because you can sense where you are, what's around you.
With your third eye?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So do you have like, you guys don't have, shopping centers, market, Saturday flea markets or anything like that? Church on Sundays? You guys don't do things like that?
No, there's no need of that.
Beautiful. So I heard that there's different bubbles below the water where there's different communities where people can walk on land. Are you aware of any of this?
I'm not aware of that here.
Maybe a different Earth?
In other times and other dimensions, probably.
Mm-hmm. Do you stay in your dimension in this Earth where you are, or do you travel to different ones just for vacation?
No, I stay here because I don't want to leave the crystals.
Beautiful. Okay. Beautiful. So let's fast forward a little bit. How old do you live before we do that? How old do you live in this life here?
I could live for thousands of years.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's go to a time where you're a little older and perhaps maybe you're gonna have a family. Can we find where you have love in this life or something? Let's fast forward to when you're a little older. Let's see what that's like.
There's not really a need because we're all connected. There is no need for that. It's not like it is today.
Oh. So do you have a mother and a father in this life? How does that work?
I do. How did
How
I?
were you born? Were you born like did your mother give birth to you? How does this happen? Does she shapeshift to do that? How was childbirth?
It feels like my mother just decided to parthenogenically just birth me. And that's what we do. We choose. There's no need for mating. It's when we choose to have children, we create them.
Okay. Beautiful.
Because we're a harmonious blend of the masculine and the feminine. So others can choose differently, and some do. The ones that stay in a particular form for longer tend to take on more of an identity connected to that form. But that's an evolution and that's a choice. And many of us choose to just stay the way that our species has been. And there's
Okay.
no need to change.
Beautiful.
I don't feel the need to, stay in a particular. I don't need to take on more of a masculine or a feminine form. I like to be both. And so when I decide that I want to create a child, I can do that so that I can pass on the responsibility to care for the crystals.
Yes.
But there is more. You can understand why other species want to do and to stretch beyond what they came from. You can understand why there's a desire to learn more and to experience more that's outside of what you're used to. So I can understand these other galactic beings who travel and want to find and explore and learn about other places. I can understand that, but I don't really understand the need to control.
To
Right.
what?
To control and to be destructive.
Mm-hmm.
That is a foreign consciousness that I don't understand. But I do understand the desire to travel and explore. And I suppose that all of it kind of does explain how there have been millions and millions of years and different wars and battles. It all comes from the desire originally to experience more than what you are.
Interesting. Well, I guess that's why I got 5. Shame. But I'm trying to help save and help, help the balance. So I guess that's my mission. But as I know, I'm one of the 144,000 as well. So I know our mission is a crazy mission. So let me ask a question. Is there a piece of me there with Kenzie as this being that you are? Did we know each other in this life?
Oh, I believe so. I believe so.
Because I was told I was a mermaid as well in a past life. Just curious if we swam in the same circles.
We are all here, and we all share the same desire to protect this beautiful place. So, yes.
I know I also was taught to work with crystal energy by the fairies above ground. So I'm wondering, was this part of our mission together with the crystals and the healing of the earth and everything? Protecting the...
It was, and it wasn't so, it was understood that was all of our mission. That was why we were here. That was why we were here, and it was known, and we all lived that. So now it's such a struggle and a challenge to figure out and remember our mission. But back in the beginning, it was understood. And it wasn't even really, we didn't view it as a mission so much because it just was. And so now it's remembering. It's remembering that state of being where we just were. And in the being, we did. And that is what we have to remember now. And when we remember that, we'll be back there.
Yes.